Will Smith, Chris Rock, Denzel Washington. What do they all have in common? That's right, they're black. They are some of the most influential people on the planet, and yet there is one man, one myth, one legend who stands above them all. I'm talking about none other than Neil Breen. Hey there, I'm Straight Jacket, and yes, that is my actual name, as you can see here in my death certificate. It's actually much harder to do than it looks. Fuck, there we go. There's the proof, you fucker. First off, I would like to apologize for my shitty mic quality and my horrible camera. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses indoors, it's because there's a gigantic ring light right next to my face. Ah, there it is. Yeah, there you can see it. Now, yeah. This is so weird. Okay. I would also like to apologize for my lack of green screen and all the fucking shit in the background. I do have a reasonable excuse for it though. I'm incredibly poor. Some of you may already have heard of Neil Breen. But if you're anything like me, you certainly enjoy listening to the same person be made fun of again and again. For those of you who don't know who Neil Breen is, let's just say he's an actor.
I can't believe you committed suicide.
Director.
I can't help you out of this one, Jim.
And full-time ladies man.
Bitch.
He actually used to be a real estate agent in Las Vegas. Thankfully he decided to ditch all that useless crap and start making movies instead. That's why today I am here to review his certified masterpiece, Twisted Pair. And no, that isn't a euphemism for testicular torsion, although by the end of this film it sure is going to feel like it. But before we start, it's important to understand exactly what kind of man Neil Breen is. Wait, did he just reuse the same photo for 2 different movies? I mean, sure, it's like 2 years apart. Did he just think nobody was gonna notice? Also, when I hover over it, why is this the first thing I see? Oh, fuck. Anyway, let's get right into it. I forgot this movie was an hour and a half. I swear the first time I saw it, it felt like it was 4 hours long.
My name is Cade. I have an identical twin brother, Cale. We were raised in a normal family.
I pray to God that this is just stock footage and not Neil Breen actually going out and recording kids.
We loved going to the beach with our dog. Then one day it all changed.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have seen this film before, like 3 days ago, but I did forget most of it. And I didn't edit that scene. That's actually how it went. It just froze for about a good 5 seconds. I don't think any of them actually watched it like once over when they were done. Pretty sure Neil just said, fuck it, I've had enough. Let's just print this shit out and go. Well, he froze it again. I'm not too sure why, but you know, as time has gone on, I've realized that you shouldn't question Neil Breen. Because what would be the point? Ooh, chills. Literal chills. I actually have goosebumps.
We were treated equally and programmed identically. My twin brother Cale was not successful in his missions.
You're probably thinking, Mrs. Straight Jacket, what the fuck is that thing spinning around in the middle? But don't fear, I have all the answers. The answer for this question, I'm afraid, is...
Go fuck yourself.
I like that they're just wearing the exact same clothes. You know he just went, fuck twins, they all just wear the same thing, don't they? And why does one look smaller than the other? Why am I asking questions? I already know the answers to go fuck myself.
His flame was put out. The final time I saw Cale broke my heart. Although we were now humanoid.
What? You were always human. You were taken as a child. No, Cale, please. Please come back.
AI will reach a level of self-awareness, enabled to consider complicated thoughts and have sensations.
He's absolutely right. The last Transformer model I built killed itself when it realized that its only purpose was to pass the butter.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
I was involved directly in my own transformation.
This is actually very realistic. I too just stick out my hand and pray to God that my model works. He looks so lost. I just want to go in there and help him. My god, no, is he just watching these robots fucking dismember themselves? What is, I actually don't know what's going on. This may oh fuck. This may be my second time watching this, but I'm still just as lost as you. Neil, could you just raise your hand a little? You're petting the wood. That's wood, Neil. No, that is not a bird. Neil? Neil?
Bitch.
After all my research, it turns out he can actually do this in real life.
Follow me. They can't hurt me. You won't get hurt. Follow me.
I actually think that was pretty creative. Like, definitely would not have thought of that. Just fucking Photoshop yourself in and then only play the video once, once he's out of the frame. Chef's kiss. Absolute genius. Although, I wouldn't recommend, changing the explosion noise every now and then. Mr. Neal, I don't think they can all jump out the window like that. Oh, okay, they're all dead.
Wait. Wait. Let me go first. I'll protect you.
Soldiers, please do not listen to this man. He is a degenerate liar. He's gonna leave you all to die again.
Another defeat for the forces of evil.
Mr. Neal, I'm 90% sure that evil would have done less damage. You didn't have to kill all the women, children, and soldiers that were trapped in there.
Well done. I'll see you back at headquarters.
And now we know where the entire film budget went, because that was some brilliant line delivery. Ugh, why the fuck is she staring at me like that?
Well, after all, that's why I'm here.
Well, congratulations. Why don't you take off a few days?
I like that he's unloading the gun here, which wasn't there in the previous scenes, as it really symbolizes his severe lack of continuity.
Oh, that's right, you're special.
That's why this whole movie was made, so Neil Breen could finally hear a woman call him special. Unlike his mother.
Programmable virtual reality. The corrupt version.
You know that scene in Avengers where Ultron accesses the internet for the first time?
Give me a second.
Turns out he actually saw this clip and decided enough is enough. And now we come to the best scene in the entire film, and surprisingly, Neil Breen's actually not in it.
Programmable virtual reality.
Everyone's just awkwardly looking around. Nobody knows when their cue is.
This is very serious.
She just looked at him like, it's your fucking line, man. The fuck are you doing?
We are on the verge of mind hacking.
He too could not believe that exquisite, impeccable line delivery. Oh, so that's where he keeps all his victims. Hey, at least it's nice and tidy. How would you ask out a girl you like? Would you buy her flowers and build up the courage to talk to her? Or maybe you'd slide into her DMs and hope for the best? Well, I'm here to tell you that none of that shit will work. Instead, I offer you a better solution. The Neil Breen method.
Oh, Jesus. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Wait, it's my fault. It's my fault, really. I apologize.
Leave me alone.
Let me make it up to you.
No.
I'll take you out to dinner.
Leave me alone. I have a boyfriend.
Let's have
Get
it.
out of my
Let's
face.
have a
Leave me
drink.
alone.
Let's have a drink.
Leave me alone.
Let's have
I
a
have
drink.
a boyfriend.
I'll meet
Get
you
out of my
back here at
face.
8 o'clock
Get out of
and
my
we'll go out and have a drink. I bet she comes back at 8 o'clock.
If that doesn't fucking work, nothing will. I guarantee.
It's 8 o'clock. She's not here.
Oh well, you tried.
You know it's bad when the homeless guy feels bad for you. If the Neil Breen method doesn't work, there's always something else you could try.
Hey, that's the girl I met earlier. I'm going to go follow her. I'm going to hurt you now.
I like that he just announces straight away what he's gonna do. And I'm actually starting to think that this Neil Breen method doesn't work. You might have realized I've changed clothes. It's mainly because this movie was too painful to sit through again in one shot. And I'm also sitting further away from the camera because I realized when editing the footage that I'm actually way too close for comfort.
You're mine now. I'll teach you to ignore me. You were supposed.
Here's a little tip. If someone breaks into your house, please don't run straight towards them. And even worse, don't try and leap over the fucking couch.
Bitch.
I just realized the painting was on the couch the whole time. I guess that's pretty lucky.
Bitch.
He just keeps calling her bitch. I'm starting to think he doesn't like this woman.
You're mine.
He's definitely not the main protagonist, right? Right? This dude is full-on sexually assaulting a woman. What do I do?
Mom called today.
Tell Mom I said hi.
Yep. Turns out they were siblings. Not too sure why he was hitting on her then. Or why she pretended like she didn't know him. Yeah. After that painful interaction, we're introduced to this mysterious hooded figure. He commits the crime of tying up 3 men with loose chains?
The stolen cars.
Millions embezzled from charities.
All the politicians we've been paying off.
Oh, we've been paying politicians off for years.
This dude should have become a cop. He just got them all to confess to crimes that he didn't even mention.
The illegal drugs.
The illegal guns.
The CEOs we had assassinated.
Human trafficking.
The insurance scams we run. Hell, we've even sold military secrets.
Guys, we get it. You're bad. Just stop confessing to stuff already.
This is where we bring you all to rot.
What do you mean all? You just have this guy looking at himself. Hey, at least he's cleaning up after himself. Oh, yep, he just dropped a vial of cum.
I love working with you. I love seeing you every day.
I love seeing you like this.
Neil. No, Neil. Bad Neil. That's... Isn't that your sister, Neil? Why?
Looks like the others. Another clean scene.
This guy has to be the worst detective. He literally looked at the crime scene for 2 seconds. What do you mean clean scene? He literally just dropped a vial of cum.
What did I just see?
Hey, good job, detective, dumbass. You figured it out. For those of you that are still here, you might have assumed that the Neil Breen method was over. But there is, in fact, more.
I've reserved this entire restaurant.
What could be more romantic than bringing a woman to a place that looks like a prison cafeteria?
I hear the food is spectacular. The service is impeccable. It's just friggin' invisible.
I won't lie. That actually was pretty funny. This movie's pacing is all over the place. 1 minute you're in a prison cafeteria with a woman you love. The next minute you figure out that your twin brother is actually a goddamn psychopath.
I knew it was you. Kale. Why haven't you contacted me?
I love that they're not even looking at each other. This is actually how I imagine two blind people talking to each other. Both of them just having a 1,000-yard stare looking off into the wrong direction. Whoever's editing this film needs help. I mean, these scenes linger on like for way too long. And not to mention, this freeze frame thing whenever his brother is involved just looks absolutely atrocious. So while Mr. Neil over here is having a perfect relationship with his sister, his twin brother doesn't have any such luck.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I don't even want you anymore! All I want is the drugs and the money!
Is he hiring people off Fiverr? There is no reason the line delivery should be this bad. You forgot to add in the slap noise. Oh, there it is. And they're both supposed to be this superior humanoid, and yet for some reason, they're only good at harassing women. After an excruciating 35 minutes, we're finally introduced to the main villain. And throughout history, there have been pretty subtle ways to introduce the villain and, make it known that they're rich, evil, powerful. But Neil throws all of that out the window. He decides that the best way to show that your villain is rich is to have him massage diamonds. You can't make this shit up. Turns out the main villain is actually Professor Quirrell, and holy shit, he is magic. How's he doing that with a scarf?
Kuz's empire is planning the takeover of the Earth.
All the villain names. He goes with Kuz. What the fuck is Kuz? How do you even spell Kuz? Never mind.
It's swarm intelligence, the ability to communicate telepathically.
There is so much wrong with this scene. Aside from the really shitty modulated voice, what is the significance of these cats? I don't think he ever explains it. I'm not even going to attempt to explain what's happening with the fairy. But as far as I can understand, Neil is actually undercover, trying to find out Kuz's plan. And they're undercover as a art buyer of some sort. And the art he decides to buy is actually horrifying. It might be worse than Kuz's takeover plan.
Ah, so you come highly recommended.
How are you supposed to take this seriously? No one can understand a word coming out of this dude's mouth. For the first time, I'm actually just as confused as Neil here. What is this bitch in the scene for? She doesn't know what she's there for. Now, I'm no spy.
I want to know more details about your global takeover plan.
But I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to ask the bad guy his plans right off the bat. Especially when you're just there to buy art.
It's swarm intelligence.
I'm actually getting annoyed now. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. Am I just dumb? Oh, here he comes with that freeze frame shit again. Stop it.
Who am I? What am I?
Hey look, his dementia finally kicked in. It certainly would explain a lot, huh? Neil breaks into Kuz's center of operations. Not too sure how he found it, but all that matters is that he did. And it's worse than we could imagine. He enters the main IT department, I guess. And it's all just blank screens. For those of you who don't know, Neil Breen has a very specific hatred of computers. Which is why I'm very anxious when watching this scene. I just don't know what he's gonna do. I don't like the way he's caressing it. We then get this totally random shot of Neil's twin brother employing the Breen method, which, as you know, is to just stalk women. Just straight up creep on them. And he's doing a great job. This is where it gets tricky, because Neil was in the center of operations. He then left to enter another building, which has a striking resemblance to the building he worked in before. I'm surprised no one awoke from all the squeaky noises. Is that Pharrell? Oh, no, it's just some random black guy. For this next part, I'm not going to edit anything at all. I want you to experience firsthand Neil Breen's acting and directing.
I'm in control of all meta-intelligence. I'm in control.
You're not in control. We are not going to let you take control.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The movie then cuts back to the evil twin, who up till now has pretty much killed everyone in his path except for these three dudes for some reason. And I guess he enjoys keeping them captive, because he just won't let them die. Psych.
Cockshot! Cockshot!
Our main protagonist then assaults a black guy for no reason.
What are you following me for? You betrayed us.
This poor dude, he literally did nothing wrong. All he did was hand over a package. And now he's being punished for it. Neil then finds out the hard way that karma's a bitch. Turns out that his girlfriend was actually working for the other guys. The bad guys. The Kuz.
She was one of them.
No.
This ultimately sends Neil over the edge. He's had enough. And so he decides to take on Kuz and his entire empire of about 4 people, all on his own.
And your evil empire.
I don't think these guys get paid enough. He shoots him and he's like, oh, yeah, he's gone. Nothing I can do here. Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? Unfortunately, Kuz escapes with 2 gas masks and all his diamonds. So, I guess he's set for life, right? Why does he need 2 gas masks, you say? No clue. Just give up. There's no point. The cat can't believe he just left. After Neil heroically takes down Kuz's empire, he returns home to this ungrateful wench who holds him at gunpoint. Unfortunately, he has no choice but to take the life of the one he loved most. The evil twin then leaves, like nothing happened. He didn't do anything for the plot. Cade, the main character, just kept saying that he misses his brother over and over again, but that didn't change anything or affect anything. So was his twin brother Kale necessary for this story? Absolutely not. Now we're back in Pandora for some reason, and Cade's there with his dead girlfriend. And she says this.
No.
Cade, I will love you for all eternity.
Then why did you shoot him? And I like that Cade's kind of surprised, saying, oh no, when he killed her. This is all his fault. You didn't have to kill her, dude. Just when you think the pain and suffering is over, Neil comes out to do yet another monologue. But this time, it's actually kind of touching. He decides to just break the fourth wall and talk straight to the audience.
Everyone has the right to be loved. Everyone has the right to love and peace. I'll be right here.
Well, that's the end of this movie. And, coincidentally, this video. So if you enjoyed watching this, and by some miracle you're still here, subscribe. And remember, I'll always be right here.
Bitch.